Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Dayton with Headstrong Hats, and today I want to go over a process that I've been using lately to help protect my custom beer hats from the elements, the weather, and just basically some wear and tear. I've been using this Scotch 3M laminate from, I got it from Amazon, which I am part of the Amazon affiliates program, so if you want to hit that link below in the description, I do get some sort of a credit from that. But I just wanted to go over some steps on how to apply that and make it easier for you to protect your beer hats. Okay, so over here on the workbench, I've got everything laid out, and I wanted to let you guys know, in the past, I have recommended using this Rust-Oleum 2K Clear. It covers really well, but I'm down here in the south where it gets humid and it takes a long time for it to dry, and it's always kind of tacky, and it takes a long time for it to dry in order for me to run it through my sewing machine without gumming up my sewing machine and it getting stuck. But this stuff, once I put it on, I'm able to go right back to work with the stitching and adding the extra piping and sewing my elastic in without any dry time. Plus, in addition, there's no volatile smell, and you don't have to be in the open air. You can actually be in an enclosed area and work with this stuff. Now, I've read a lot of reviews about how difficult it was to work with. When I first started using it, I noticed that there's certain materials that it does not stick to very well. I actually did a box with an Xbox One, I believe it was, and whatever protection they use on their boxes, it bubbled up really bad. But with beer boxes, all I do is I go over it with just a little bit of isopropyl alcohol just to clean off any kind of residue or any spray adhesive that might still remain on the label. And then I let that air dry, and I'll treat my seams where I've got the logo kind of matched up with some extra scraps of this laminate. And especially in the high stress areas like this right here, because if you're familiar with my hats, that is going to be a creasing area. So I'm going to show you guys how I roll this out onto my mat and lay it on there. And one of the most important tools you're going to need is some kind of roller, because once you get the laminate on there, you're going to want to roll out everything in a uniform way and make sure that there's no air bubbles. So let me stretch this out and then we'll start on that. Okay, I'm going to be honest, this process can be a little tricky. One thing you're going to need is some Scotch tape to tape the corner to your mat so that you can stretch it tight. And save this sleeve right here once you open it up, because once you start to unravel this, it's gonna want to expand really quickly. So you'll want to put this back on there for later use. It's got a clear sticker here and a clear sticker here. Just be careful when cutting this, because you could ultimately end up cutting the working surface underneath. Let's just make a little cut like that. Okay, and up here where it says peel here, there's actually a little section where you can peel away and get everything started. So what I'll do is I take it on my mat and I try to keep this in as tight as possible so that it doesn't unravel on me. And the measurements of this is 16 inches tall by 10 feet long. So I just measure up my 16 inches and get it flush with this line right here. And I know that my template is 16 by 18, but I only need to cover it up to the 17-inch mark. So I'll kind of scooch it over here, make sure everything's laid flat, and then I'll cut down this line right here. And then once that's done, you want to kind of juggle this a little bit and slide this guy back on there so that it doesn't unravel. And then at the same time, by holding this down, use your elbows, kind of keep this guy laying flat, and I'll peel this top layer right here off and get a piece of tape real quick and secure that to my mat. Now while that continues to roll up, it will stop doing that once I peel this white part off. So I start from one corner and keep it as close to the mat as possible to prevent it from creasing. And just gently roll it out like this. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab another piece of tape. I'm going to find this corner and I'm going to secure it also. I get pretty picky with this because I want to make sure that it's nice and tight. And once I'm comfortable that I've got most of the wrinkles out of this, I flip this upside down and I know where I'm right here at the 20 mark here, and I'm right here on the 3-inch mark there. And I'm going to basically put the middle of it down first and then work my way to the outside. So I'm going to get kind of centered up on here like this. I'll lay the middle down, kind of let it go, and then just brush everything out and work everything to the outside. And then you can peel your tape up from the corners, flip it over, and then roll it out from the middle to the outside. Like I said, for whatever reason, this material handles the adhesion of this really well. Some boxes or some materials that you have may not accept this 3M stuff very well, and it will create a whole lot of bubbles like the blistering that I had on the Xbox had. So that's basically all there is to it, and just a little added extra step. If you do follow my channel, I usually take an automotive trim tool and press down all these seams right here. Make sure everything's stuck real well. And one step that I do in making my hats to actually make this really water resistant is to cut these areas right here and wrap them around each individual part so that the water cannot get in, you know, kind of behind here. So actually the protective is wrapped around each individual panel. So that's just something I do for added quality. And like I said, with having this extra plastic on there, it adds more durability to it, and it will protect your hats from being out in the weather. Alright, so there you go. You can see some kind of gleam on there. You can get some light on there so you guys no air bubbles. Everything is 100% completely sealed in and ready to go. So that's going to wrap this video up. Thank you everybody for watching. Like I said, if you do consider purchasing this product, I am part of the Amazon affiliates program, and you can get to that through the link in the description below. And you can follow me on Facebook at Headstrong Hats. You can follow me on Instagram at Headstrong_hats, and also check out my Etsy shop, as I put items for sale on that site if they are not pre-sold and they're just sitting around here. I try to get them out of my garage and out to you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.